Hello, friends. Hello and welcome. Welcome to yours and mine, Cozy Corner. My name is Amanda, and on this channel, we talk about books, and more books. Well, hello, friends. So today we are on part 14 of the 5 for 10 or Less series. This is a series where I introduce 5 books that cost no more than $10 from various Goodwill stores. So the first book is probably the only book of this kind that I actually have on my shelf because it's generally speaking not the type of books that I'm into, but something about it just say, hey, give it a read. So I have here Rise of an American Gangstress by Kim K. And you can see the condition of the book, which is pretty good. The pages, well, the text in the pages is a decent size and it looks good in there. Some of the pages, have that little wavy effect going on, probably because of your girl here, but that's okay. So let me get my notes and give you a brief synopsis of this book. So, born with a platinum spoon in her mouth, thanks to her drug dealing parents, Fancy is a young, spoiled princess. But when havoc enters the picture and the Fed sees her family's ill gotten gains, Fancy lavish Caribbean trips are traded in for cold winter nights in the heart of the hood. When the gravity of Fancy's situation causes her to crumble, it's her roots that put her back together. Unwilling to stay down, Fancy realizes that she was born to hustle, and this American gangstress is reborn. What emerges is a fierce contender the streets aren't ready for. Now, like I said, I don't have any book like this on my shelf. I generally don't read this type of book. However, I think that this will be a very interesting read. So I'm going to give it a shot. Now, book number 2, which I'm pretty certain that tons and tons of people probably already heard of this book. I really don't think I need to even give a synopsis of it. This is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. And as you can see, this book is in really good condition. Like I said, outside of, what I do to the pages here, the book is really good condition. Now, this is a contemporary summer romance, and because it is book number 3 in the series, and I believe it's the Part of Your World series, I don't want to say anything about it as far as the synopsis go. Now, from my understanding, all of these books in the series can be read as a standalone, but just to be on the safe side, I won't say anything about it. Now, the next book that I got, which I think the synopsis got me, and this is definitely a book I want to read. However, normally I would not buy a book that is this small, little teeny tiny book with these little teeny tiny words in here, but nevertheless, we're gonna push through it. So this is Envy by Sandra Brown, and you can see this book. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little worn. It's a little worn, but the pages itself are in good condition. The words are tiny, but I'm going to try my best to work through that. This is probably one that I may like kind of have to do, either audio or e-reader along with this, just kind of mix it up. I seriously doubt if I will read 100% of the book, the physical book, just because the lettering is small and that would just wear my eyes out. But this is a contemporary romance, suspense, mystery, thriller type of novel. Synopsis: when New York publisher Maris Reed receives a tantalizing manuscript from someone identify only as PME, its blockbuster potential and perhaps something else compels her to meet its author. On an eerie, ruined cotton plantation on a remote Georgia island, she finds Parker Evans, a man concealing his identity and his past. Maris is drawn into his tale of two young friends and a deadly betrayal, and to Parker himself. But there's something especially chilling about this novel. Its possible connection to Mary's own life and the real life character who will use her or anyone to get what his revenge. To get his revenge. I'm just adding in words, don't pay that no attention. Okay, the next book that I got, this is another one where I believe most people probably have read this book. I've seen this book reviewed by, I don't know, several YouTubers. Um, I I want to say I didn't write it, so I want to say that this came out not too long ago. But anyway, the book is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I'm not lying. I was not going to pick this book up because it does look a little funky, a little bit with some of the spots on here. But I was like, that one little spot there wasn't gonna, that shouldn't be the reason that I don't get this book here because, and I don't know if you can even see it, but it's the one little spot here, and like I said, it looks a little janky, but again, we're just gonna push past that. And I don't really think I need to give a synopsis of this. And actually, my ink ran out, so I may not be able to read all of it anyway. But let me go for it. So this is a hysterical. This is a historical contemporary romance novel. Daisy is a girl coming of age in LA in the late 60s, sneaking into clubs on the Sunset Strip, sleeping with rock stars, and dreaming of singing at the Whiskey a Go Go. The sex and drugs are thrilling, but it's the rock and roll she loves most. By the time she's 20, her voice is getting noticed, and she has the kind of headless beauty that makes people do crazy things. Immediately, for some reason, this makes me think about Janis Joplin, just immediately. But anyway, also getting noticed is The Six, a band led by the brooding Billy Dunn. On the eve of their first tour, his girlfriend Camila finds out she's pregnant, and with the pressure of impending fatherhood and fame, Billy goes a little wild on the road. Daisy and Billy cross paths when a producer realizes that and again, this is where my ink ran out, realizes that the key to supercharged success is to put the two together. What happens next will become the stuff of legend. So, reading about her reminds me of Janis Joplin, but hearing about both of them together reminds me of the movie that Barbara Streisand and I forget the guy's name. They play together in the movie, and then it was a remake of that movie with Lady Gaga and I forgot the guy's name in that one too. But anyway, I know that this is probably going to be a good book. One, I have not read any of Taylor Jenkins Reid books that I have not liked. So, and I've only read two, but I've enjoyed the two that I've read. And um, I haven't heard anybody say anything bad about that book. So I can't wait to read that. Now, book number 5, the last book, is Queen of Thieves. And this is by BZ Marsh. And as you can see, this is in really good condition. All right. So, this is a historical fictional crime mystery novel. This is about a ring of bold and resourceful women thieves in the post World War II London. Gangland was a man's world, or so they thought. The women knew different. London, 1946. Alice Diamond, the Queen of Thieves, rules over her all-female gang with a bejeweled fist. Their lucrative business, stealing and fencing luxury goods, always carries the threat of violence. Alice packs a razor and has been known to use her heavy rows of diamond rings like brass knuckles. Young Neil is a teenager from the slums, hiding a secret pregnancy and facing a desperately uncertain future when Alice takes her under her wing. Before long, Neil is experiencing all the dangerous and glamorous trappings that comes with this underworld existence. Alice wants Neil to be a useful weapon in her ongoing war against crime boss Billy Sullivan's gang of rival thieves. But Neil has a hidden agenda of her own and is not to be underestimated. The more she is manipulated by both Alice and Billy, the more her hunger for revenge grows. As Neil embraces the rich spoils of crime and the speedy underbelly of London, will she manage to carve out her own path to power and riches? Might she even crown herself the Queen of Thieves? I Oh my goodness, I so look forward to reading this book here. I have never read a historical fictional book that's based off of women thieves and they're gangsters too. I'm definitely going to enjoy this book. Actually, I believe that I'm going to enjoy every single book. I mean, obviously, I don't get books that I don't think I'm going to enjoy, but there's some that I'm like, oh, I'm really, really going to like this. And I think all five of these books are going to be enjoyable. If you have read any of these books, let me know in the comments. Um, but otherwise, that's all that I have for you guys. So I hope that you have stuck around to the end of the video. If you have, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button because you know I need you to. And I will talk with you guys at another time. Bye.